What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Talking Elite Fitness. I'm Sean Woodland, joined by Tommy Marquez. Tommy, how are you?
I am good. No complaints here.
Fantastic. And featuring Lauren Khalil. Lauren, what's up?
I'm also great. No complaints.
Fantastic. Good to hear. Week one of the Open is officially behind us. We're going to talk about that. We got a lot to talk about today. So we're just going to jump right into it. And we have a really good interview, good conversation that Lauren and Tommy had with Max El-Haj from Training Think Tank that I think you will definitely want to check out. Max is a super smart guy. We love having him on. And he has, I think, some pretty good thoughts on a lot of stuff going on right now. First things first, though, we want to thank our sponsor for today, and that is Thirdzy. And I had a tragedy strike this past weekend when I was on the road.
Oh, yep.
Columbus. I forgot my Thirdzy. I had it set out
No.
along with my headphones, which pissed me off too because I forgot my headphones for the plane.
Ugh.
And I left it here. I was Thirdzy-less, and I had a panic attack in my hotel room. I was like, how am I going to sleep?
I have a specific pocket in my backpack that I have. Like, there's like this there's this perfect pocket in my Project Grit bag that is like just right for the Thirdzy travel packs and a couple of snacks. So I know if I need a little snacky snack before I hit the hay and a little wash it down with some Thirdzy.
Yeah,
Mine don't
go
leave
without.
the backpack, and when I get home from an event, if I'm out, they immediately replenish before I even put my bag away.
Yeah, I made a total rookie mistake.
Come
I
on,
had one
Sean.
emergency pack in there that I was able to cobble something together because I left my
You're
I
like
had,
rationing out like
I
it's
was like
wartime.
watching weight in my hotel room trying to mix something up, to measure it all
Like
out.
it's cocaine in the
Oh,
bathroom
dude,
or
don't think it didn't cross my mind, like, just to snort that stuff.
What's the fastest way to get it into my system?
I didn't have a shaker cup. Ellie had those crappy paper cups that they give you in the hotel room, and like a bad stir, like stir
His
stick.
eyes are getting big.
Oh man, it was bad. So anyway, and look, I
love it.
love having my Thirdzy on the road because look, I'm a masters athlete, and masters athletes, we don't need to just sleep, we need to recover. Otherwise, you can't make progress or even maintain your current fitness levels. And I'm at the point in my life where I am just trying to maintain. So Thirdzy has 10 grams of collagen protein, provides the building blocks needed to rebuild your body overnight and strengthen your tendons and your ligaments to help prevent derailing injuries. It is melatonin free because melatonin does not improve your sleep quality and can leave you groggy. Thirdzy is a full stack recovery solution containing natural ingredients that helps you relax, helps relax your mind and body, and then helps you get to sleep faster, stay asleep longer. You can go to thirdzy.com/TEF, 20% automatically added, taken right off your order. 20% off, get that rest and recovery collagen and sleep better because I missed it. I really did miss it. I was so happy to say, I hugged my Thirdzy bag when I got home. I was like, I missed you so much.
Your wife's like, I'm right here. You didn't say hi yet.
I know, right? Pretty much. So,
Did she send you pictures of her with
No.
your Thirdzy from home? Like, ha ha ha, my
No.
sleep's gonna be great.
She didn't. Took mercy on me. So thirdzy.com/TEF. Okay, let's talk about it. 25.1. That happened. We'll just talk about the numbers really fast. We're down. I think at the end of the day, it's a 30% drop, which is not, it obviously no business wants to see a 30% decrease in the amount of money they're bringing in. But I don't think anybody's shocked by it, given everything that's happened. First time we've had this kind of drop since 2019 and 2020, when we had the two opens in 1 year and people weren't happy with kind of what was going on, and they acted accordingly. A lot of them said, nope, don't want to pay. And that's the last time we've had this drop.
Yeah.
Lowest since 2014, right?
Yep.
But the difference there is that 2014 it's like glass half full or half empty. Well, it depends if you're drinking or pouring.
Yeah.
And in 2014, we were pouring, like it was growing, and now we're taken away. But we'll see. But aside from that, I didn't get to watch it live. I was in the middle of rehearsals for the Arnold Strongman and Strongwoman Classics. So I didn't get to watch it. I went back and kind of skimmed through it when I had a chance. It looked like it was a really good open announcement. You had big name athletes throwing down. You had Rory McKernan back, who always does a fantastic job at these things. Top grade broadcast. So I think, and a workout that, and we'll talk about the workout here in a second, was accessible to pretty much anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll start by saying, like, I thought it was as far as like open workouts are concerned and opening the season with a workout that is accessible, ignoring everything else and putting this into a vacuum, I thought it was a great open workout.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was a really good, um, applicable test for a wide ranging group of people. I thought the production was good. The production looked good.
Hmm.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm a simple man. I see Rory's face on camera. I thumbs up, and I'm
How to watch.
become smitten. But honestly, it felt like going to see, like when your favorite band from growing up does a reunion tour, and you're like, just play the hits,
Backstreet
man,
Boys.
just play
Mhm.
the hits, and that's really what it. Sean, just I could feel your stomach turn, but that's really what it felt like. They're like, all right, we got to recapture some sort of magic here. Just play the hits. Let's put
Mhm.
Rory out there. Let's go to a well-known affiliate like Mayhem. Let's get Rich out there, and let's simplify things. And that's
Mhm.
really what it felt like. They had a great story on Bob, one of the local members of the affiliate, that I think was
Mhm.
great. He's a stand-up dude.
Yeah.
If you've ever been to Cookville and been to Mayhem, you know exactly who he is. An awesome human being. But so, like from that standpoint, it what you would hope from an open announcement, it checked a lot of the boxes for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So,
think, you know, Lauren, did you have something you want to add to that before I made my next point?
No, I would agree with Tommy. The only thing that would have put the cherry on top of it, I think I said it in our Friday Q&A, is then if all of a sudden Rory did a mic drop or said, "Okay, Boz, it's your turn to get out here. Roe versus Bob, or Bob, Roe versus Boz, 2025 mic drop," and they took the floor.
You know,
and I
That
said
would have
this
made it
too.
better.
I said this during the Q&A. They should have done a cool reveal for that. They're like,
Mm.
all right, like we're gonna go talk tips and tricks, because Boz was in the
The booth with Chase.
the booth, and they like toss it up to the booth, and Boz is like, actually, I'll be right back, and it cuts back to the floor, and Ro has his Karate Kid
nice.
headband on, and that would be like the subtle like picture reveal, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh
I still
yeah,
like Bro versus Boz when it was a separate thing. You know,
mm,
I would do it on a Friday night. So if if you're going to bring it back, I
yeah,
would take them to. So they're in Arizona this weekend or this week, right?
mhm.
Emily Rolfe and Brooke Wells.
Sid
I would do it.
Sydney.
Is it Sydney Wells? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
uh,
that's okay. Yeah,
my
Sydney.
fault. Twins. Who knew?
Yeah.
The following night, I would go. I'd go to another gym in the area into their Friday night lights, and I would live stream Roe versus Boz at maybe like an Instagram
Mhm.
live level,
Oh,
and have it be part of a community thing.
giving them ideas.
Spread the love a little bit. I'm
Yep.
here, here to help. But it was, I think, it was a good. It was a good sort of way to just kick things off, and it set
Mhm.
the. I think now people know. Okay, yeah, we've been through all this stuff with Lazar and all the fallout from that, and that is going to last. But at least we had something that was fun to watch and normal, and that I think people will now be excited about for for the next 2 weeks.
Hmm. Yeah.
How I didn't. So full disclosure, I didn't do the workout. I knew that I wasn't going to have a chance this weekend, so I didn't get it done. Uh,
Mhm.
doesn't mean I'm not going to, but you
It's a
both. It looks terrible.
I think it's a good and like very simple engine test for a lot of people. For like a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, I've got some pretty good lungs and movement stuff," and it's like a lot.
Do
I
you?
think, yeah, I think a lot of people looked up maybe around the round of 12, maybe around the round of 15, and it was like 7 minutes. Oh boy! And
Yeah.
then they got through the round of 18 and maybe into the 21, and looked up. They're like 14 minutes. Crap.
Mhm.
No,
And
no, I looked up and it was like 3.5 minutes in, and I was like, "Oh, dear lord, we're gonna be here a while."
yeah.
You guys handle the dumbbell? Like, did you switch arms? What was your strategy?
I alternated every rep. There was one round where I did 3 on one arm, and I was like, "Ew, this is gross. Who would ever choose this?" And then I
What?
continued.
My strategy
Yeah.
would have been I would do the first 2 rounds exclusively with my weak arm, because I can do 3 and 6 on my right arm, no problem. Then
Yeah.
it's like with Rocky, go back to fighting southpaw when you're ready. So then once I got into the higher, like in the round of 9, I was like, okay, now here comes old lefty. Bam. You know.
Excellent reference given Rich's shorts that he wore
Yeah,
on
there you
the
go. I didn't even mean to do that.
yeah. I did 3. I basically split them up, but I stuck to one side. I did
Wait, what do
3
you
on one
mean? You did
side.
most?
So I did 3 on the left, 6 on the right. Then I did 6 on then I did 3 on the right, 6 on the left to even out through 9. And then once I got beyond 9, it was pretty easy to just split them in half. Right? Because that right around that time, I'm like, okay, first 12, I'm going to do 6 and 6. For 15, I'm going to do 7 and 8. And I honestly don't really care about my score. I just wanted to beat Lauren, and and one of my buddies
You
who was
know
doing it
what?
next
You
to
had
me.
my score ahead of time. That's not fair. I'm withholding my score now until Saturday afternoon when you're done with it.
And I actually beat once I beat your score, I just stopped and I stood up for 10 seconds, and everyone's like, "Go, go, go!" And I'm like,
Why? I've won.
Beat Lauren.
"Why?" I beat Lauren. I'm not
Yeah.
fighting for a score for anything. Like, and then casually
Hurts.
picked up the dumbbell. But yeah,
Do you have so I'm going to show the clue for 22.3 that they I'm sorry. I'm sorry, 25.2. Reason I said 22.3 is somebody pointed out that this is 223 ammunition, so it's going to be a 22.3
Yeah.
repeat. I
Oh,
don't know if
that's
that's
actually
true.
a good
I was like, that is what that makes sense for a clue that Dave would do, because some of his clues are so just
out there.
like I've always maintained. I do not put it past a guy to. I just took a picture of a random thing and put it up there and saw how people just went wild with it, and then he finds a way to make it like back his way into to an explanation. So there it is. That's just a bunch of shell casings. I don't know, but if you're wondering, which I thought that was actually a pretty good guess, 22.3 for everybody was 21 pull-ups, 42 double unders, 21 thrusters at weight 1, which was 95 for men, and 18 chest to bar, 36 double unders, 18 thrusters at weight 2, which is 115, and 15 bar muscle ups, 30 double unders, 15 thrusters at weight 3, which is 135, 12 minutes. So
that's a fun one. I would redo that.
That one was brutal.
hard pass.
Yeah, that was terrible. And to do that, see, usually thrusters don't come out until week 3.
Yeah.
But bring them out week 2. That's fine. Why not?
Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out.
Let's just get through it right now.
Rip off the Band-Aid.
Dude, exactly. Like, because it's always that dread of, oh God, the thrusters are coming. The thrusters are coming. Let's get it done. And then something else will come out. But anyway, it's Emily Rolfe and Sydney Wells live. If you're listening to this, it's probably today because we're recording this on Wednesday night. So at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Pacific. So if it's not that, any predictions what we're going to see?
Oh, yeah. That's a better guess than I would have had. You assume maybe a 2-parter at some point. Was it 21.3? But who knows? 223 ammo, I guess maybe. That's about as good as guess as I can see.
I agree. I think that is pretty good. Like that's a group. That's the best guess that I saw. I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And
also,
the unofficial winners for 25.1.
Just going to say Colton Mertens and Miriam Van Roer, who is like Miriam is like was it last year she showed up on the scene because you just dusted a bunch of open workouts?
Yeah, because we talked about her being a high rocks athlete.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, because they both won 24.1.
Yeah.
So they repeated the feat this year. So clearly they like burpees over the dumbbell and dumbbell work with a 50 and 35.
What about
fast?
What about Tia Toomey? Obviously,
oh my God, hilarious!
Waiting 3 minutes,
amazing.
Then
to give
doing
Shane a head start.
The men's weight,
yeah,
and she's like 524th in the world, on the women's.
Yeah. So she had this competition with Shane to see if she could beat his score if she started on a 3-minute delayed clock, and they recorded the whole thing, and it was. I mean, that's great content. What a fun way to do the Open this year.
So, and then I also saw that Tia's she's going to the Torium Pro.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I saw that too.
So this is my question, and I don't think it's something that we'd have to worry about because I think she can just sleepwalk her way into the top 1%. But if she doesn't, for whatever reason, finish in the top 1% and she wins the Torian Pro, does she still get an invite to the games? Or do you have to finish in the 1% in order to get that invite?
You have to finish in the
Okay,
1%,
so that's
in the top
remember
1%.
what
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's
Yeah.
like the asterisk on how to
Yeah.
qualify for the in-persons.
I mean, it seems like a lot of her focus is on high rocks right now and how she's competing. So does she really care that much,
I don't know.
if she
Apparently
qualifies or
not.
not?
If you're gonna wait 3 minutes and then do it with a men's weight, and you're still 524th, which I think Halpin put out what that cut line is now at 1% because that's
Mhm.
set now after 25.1. It doesn't
Yeah.
change. 1% is set. She's safely inside that.
Yeah, I'll have to wait to see because I know there's some people scouring the leaderboard right now, but like there were some notable absences. Like I don't think Laura Horvath signed
No,
up.
she's not in.
So there's I think the list of athletes that are choosing to forego we'll get a fuller picture here as dust settles for sure.
And then final thing I thought I'll say before we move on to our interview. I like what Syndicate Crown is doing. If you're following them on social media, they're saying like, "Hey, here's who is in this week. Like this is where the cut would." Like I like that. I think that's like a fun way to sort of follow
Play
along.
along.
Yeah, I think that's good on them. And actually, speaking of them, we're gonna have Wilson Pack and
And Jeremy Teal
Jeremy
with
Teal
TFX
on next week.
Next week.
Talk about some of those in-person semifinals.